Hey friends, I want to talk to you today about a little spiritual warfare. I want to talk to you and teach you how to fight with prophecies. Have you ever had somebody prophesy the word of the Lord to you and it just hit your spirit and you're like, whew, that is an on-time word. Well, in reality, it wasn't an on-time word. It bore witness with your spirit, but it didn't come to pass. So that is a prophecy that you need to write down and you need to keep it before you, and you're going to have to learn how to fight with that prophecy. Have you ever been in the place of prayer and you're praying about something and God gives you something random, completely different than what you were praying about, and you write it down and you're like, oh Lord, I wasn't even thinking about that, and God, that's why He gave it to you, because you knew it just came in from the Lord. It was something completely different, and you write it down, but then it doesn't come to pass. And then you need to learn how to fight with your prophecies. You need to say, Lord, I remember when I was in my prayer room, September 17th, 2014, and you dropped this on my spirit. And God, I'm standing on this prophetic word. When you spoke this word to me, I remember how real and the fire that was behind this word. I'm standing on this. An enemy, you cannot have my prophecy. I have a lot of people say that they will say that a spouse may straighten up, a prodigal child may come in, they're going to land that job, their business is going to take off. Well, 4 years later, they're still struggling in their business, but they had a prophetic word. Well, they will say, enemy, you're trying to tell me I'm going to have bankruptcy. Enemy, you're trying to tell me to start cutting my staff. Enemy, you're telling me to shut my business down. But 3 years ago, the prophetic word of the Lord was, my business will prosper. I am standing on that word of encouragement. I am standing on that word to help move me forward. God, I remember that word, and I know if you gave me that word, you're going to fulfill that word because you've never lied. And you stand with that prophetic word, and you learn to fight with that prophetic word. Slap the devil in the face with that prophetic word. Because when God speaks a word to you, it needs to be so real in your spirit that the lying words of the devil will never be louder than the prophetic word. Why do so many people give up on prophetic words? Because they don't keep them before them. If they get a prophetic word and then 2 years later it hasn't came to pass, but the enemy keeps harping in their ear, the enemy's voice will become so loud that they'll go the way of the enemy. But if you keep that prophetic word in front of you, God, I remember 10 years ago, you said you were going to do this, and the enemy's trying to come in. I rebuke that voice. What about Abraham? He got a prophetic word that he was going to be the father of many nations, that he was going to have a son. He's 75. He's 80. He's 85. He's 90. He's 95. God, I know you gave me this word, and he even got off track and produced an Ishmael. But Isaac was already en route in the Lord's mind. You got to understand that when God gives you a prophetic word, a lot of times He will start to take you down a process that will lead you to the promise. Don't just look for the promise, but value the process. The process is every bit, even it might be more important than the promise. When you get a prophetic word, you start to look for the process because the promise is on the way. God is preparing you, getting you ready for the promise that He's given you. So you need to learn to fight with the prophetic word. One of the things that I do, and God has given me this ability, and I'm so thankful for it. I don't care how many times I've been denied, how many times I've been rejected, how many times I've been refused. Every morning when I wake up in the morning, I got a positive outlook on life. I wake up, today is the day. I've been believing for healing for numerous things in my life. Every time I've been believing for healing for something, I've been healed from it. And right now I'm believing healing in another physical area of my life. And every morning I wake up, I feel today is the day that I'm healed of the Lord. I declare I'm healed. And I might be walking around my day and be like, whoa, there's that pain. I'm not healed. But maybe tomorrow. And I wake up the next day. Do you know how many times I've been healed from things and I've been told by doctors, oh, you got to have a surgery. Oh, you're going to have this the rest of your life. You're going to have this. The devil is a lie. I'll get healed from every single one of them. And every morning I wake up, today is the day of breakthrough. I'm believing for a lot of things in ministry, and every day I wake up, oh, today is the day of breakthrough. And a lot of days I get my breakthrough. I had some breakthroughs this week that were prophetic words from God that I stood on. The enemy fought me with. But this week, I've already had things that broke through, and I'm so excited. So I'm telling you, whenever you get a prophetic word, write it down in a journal. You might need to go get you a journal that's just your prophetic words. Go over them every single day. My wife has so many journals that every day I hear her naming things, calling things out, because she knows that the promises of God are coming. My dear friends, I'm telling you, you have to learn how to wage war against the enemy. Don't have fear and don't have insecurity, and don't look at the natural surroundings because they can lie to you. You need to rely on the prophetic word from God and fight with the prophetic word He's given you.